Hi everyone, welcome back to another video, and made a little bit of progress yesterday which I will show you in a moment, but I just wanted to have a quick chat about the car. I've noticed a few times when I've had the car sort of pushed out the garage when I'm working on it, people come by and they start talking, and a lot of the times people say, are you going to be keeping it all original? And kind of makes me smile a little bit, because the car, although it may look original, is not very original at all. It hasn't got the original engine. There's been various brake suspension upgrades. The seats have been changed, in the front at least, and all sorts of things really. The cooling system's different. Yeah, it's just not a very original car, and I think to put it back to original would be a shame, because some of those modifications that have been carried out are really beneficial to the car. And having said that, I think although as much as I like classic cars, I do like cars also that are sort of modified in certain ways. So so a lot of those mods are staying. One or two things might be changed a little bit. But as far as the overall look of the car is concerned, I really love the sort of 50s look, and I want to sort of obviously keep it looking like a 50s vehicle, but I want to give it a few custom touches as well, and that's custom with a K. If you're not sure what that means, go and look it up. But yeah, the sort of 1950s sort of custom touches to the car. And one of the things that I have sort of started to do and have been playing around with is making this new rear valance, and also I'm going to be making a new rear bumper, and we're going to do a similar thing on the front. And I've taken a bit of inspiration actually from another YouTuber and a really good hot rod and custom builder, which is Paul Bacon. And if you don't know Paul, go and check his channel out, Paul Bacon Custom Works. And what I've decided to do is with the rear bumper is I'm going to make a bumper buck or mould out of hardboard and cardboard and paper mache. So I'm going to form what would look like the shape of a bumper, and then I'm going to fiberglass over it. So I've got a fiberglass shell of a bumper, which I then shall, I'll take off of the mould, clean it all up, paint it, and then fit it back on the car. So I'm in the throes of doing that at the moment. I've now got the rear valance finished, so the welding's been done on that. I still haven't got it primed and field primed and ready for paint yet, because obviously I need to form the rear bumper sections around it. I have welded some brackets on the lower end that the bumper will eventually bolt to, but yeah, I'm just going to crack on today. I want to try and get that bumper sort of formed and pretty much ready to accept fiberglass if I can, and yeah, sort of get that finished off. But I mean, you might think, why are you making a bumper out of fiberglass? It'll never look good. I mean, check out one of Paul's vehicles. He builds a number of them actually, a Ford F100 American truck replica, and the whole front end is made of fiberglass, and it's actually grafted onto an old London cab, black taxi. So you can do these sort of things and make it look really good, and I'm hoping I'm going to be able to do that. So fingers crossed, I'm going to crack on with it today, get as much done as I can, and we will have a look at the progress later on. Well, the bumper thing didn't quite go to plan, so had a change of mind really about what to do, and that sometimes happens. Sometimes you had an idea and it doesn't quite work out, then you fathom out a different way. So I was going to try and do like the almost like make like a paper mache mold that I can fiberglass straight over the top of, and it just wasn't working. It was taking too long to dry, so I've reverted back to the method that Paul uses, which is to actually make up sort of like almost like a framework, and then cover it in expanding foam, and then shape that foam and sand it and get the contour that you want to lay the fiberglass over the top of. So I'll show you where we're at the moment. So this is going to be where I'm going to lay the expanding foam to make a bumper profile. If it looks like the bumper's sitting down a little bit, it is at the moment because it's not done up on the mounts. But yeah, we're going to get a nice smooth profile for the bumper, and then hopefully once I've got it all sanded and done the fiberglass mold off of it, I'm hoping that then I can sink this a little bit further in so that it covers up the end of the valance. So that's the plan. So I'm going to get some expanding foam on and be able to leave it a couple of days then and start shaping. Well, I'm back on the bumper. As you can see, I'm now shaping it. I've cut off some pretty big chunks with a saw, and I'm now shaping this bumper to the correct profile that I need for I'm going to tape over it and then make the fiberglass bumper blade. And you'll see there's a few holes here and there. Which isn't a problem because I'm going to tape over all this anyway. So it's just a matter really of trying to get the profile right. Obviously, this is going to be, once the fiberglass is laid on here, this is just going to be like the inside edge, so it doesn't have to be too pretty, and if there are little holes and stuff, it doesn't really matter. But just getting this sanded to the sort of shape that I want, and then I can get it all taped up. Tin foil and aluminium tape so the fiberglass doesn't stick to it, and then yeah, then we can make a fiberglass bumper mold, or fiberglass bumper blade in fact. But that's how it did look. As you can see, chopped some pretty big bits off just to get it roughly to the shape, and yeah, quite pleased with that. The bumper hopefully will go a little bit over this rear valance, so it won't look quite so chunky, but yeah, quite pleased with the way it's shaping up.